Good evening, students. Shall we get started? So we'll discuss questions from yesterday's paper. Okay. So first, shall I go in the order, or you have any specific doubts?
Sure, we'll go with the orders.
Okay. So what is the answer for the first one? Let's make it a little fast because there are 55 questions.
So
Okay.
Q by 8 epsilon naught, sir.
Option C, sir. Option C, sir.
Correct. So flux through the whole cube is Q by epsilon naught. So how many corners are there? 8 corners. So it will be 1/8 of this thing. I hope everybody knows this, right? So what does Gauss law state? Flux is equal to Q divided by epsilon naught. Correct? Second, Gauss law is valid for what? Is it valid only for
Any closed surface?
Option D, sir.
option D? Is it option D or option C? Which one is
D,
right?
sir. D.
Option D.
Option D, sir.
Correct.
D, sir.
That's right. So third one, if the amount of flux entering and leaving an enclosed surface are respectively phi1 and phi2, then the electric charge inside is given by. So you have flux entering as phi1 and the flux leaving as phi2. Correct? Then charge enclosed, if I call it as Q enclosed, what is the net flux? It is phi2 minus phi1 is equal to how much? Q divided by
Epsilon naught. So option D, sir.
Option D, sir. Right. I hope everyone is clear with this.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why not option A is right? Why
Option A, sir.
Your option A is wrong.
Because of phi1 going inside the surface.
So one has to be considered as negative. That's right. So the next one. 8 dipoles of charges of magnitude E are placed inside a cube. Okay. The total electric flux coming out of the cube will be
0.
0, sir.
So it is not even
C,
for
sir.
Opposite charges.
yes. Because you see the word dipoles, you place even 100 dipoles inside it, the net charge is going to be 0. Correct. Fifth one. If the net electric flux through a closed surface is 0, then what can we infer? No net charge is enclosed by the surface. Electric potential. So what is the correct
Option A, sir.
Option A.
Correct.
Option A, sir.
Correct. Because flux is equal to charge enclosed divided by epsilon naught. When this is 0, you can say charge enclosed is 0. Correct. Sixth one. If EA be the electric field due to the dipole in its axial plane at a distance L, and EQ
Option
be the
C,
electric.
sir.
That's it. Option
C.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, option
A,
A, sir.
sir.
Ah.
Option A.
Option A, ma. Electric field along axial is higher, is equal to 2 times the electric field along equatorial. Correct? So option A is right. Seventh one. An electric charge is placed at origin. 2 points A and B are situated at root 2, root 2 and 2, 0 respectively. The potential difference between the points A and B is. So what is the potential at point A? What is the formula? Q divided by?
2 by 4 pi
4
epsilon
by
naught.
epsilon naught.
Okay. Q is 10 power minus 3. 4 by epsilon, 1 by 4 by epsilon naught is 9 into 10 power 9. Correct? Into 10
Sir.
power minus 3 divided by, what is the distance?
2 root 2.
2, sir. 2, sir. 2, sir.
Root 2 plus root 2, it is 2. 2, correct. So VB is how much? 9 into 10 power 9 into 10 power minus 3 divided by?
2 again, I guess.
So what is the answer? You need not even solve. Look at the values. See?
0, sir.
That's it. Okay, they both are at the same potential. Next one is a very simple one, theoretical question. The angle between electric
90
lines of force.
90
Yeah,
degrees.
20 degrees.
Option D, sir. Option D, sir.
Option D.
Correct. Electric field and equipotential surface are always perpendicular to each other. Correct. Ninth one. One minute. Huh? One minute. Sorry, I got some call. Yeah. Ninth one. The capacitor of capacitance C1 is charged up to a potential V and then connected in parallel to an uncharged capacitor of capacitance C2. The final potential difference across each capacitor will be. What concept is it based on?
So the charge remains same.
The total charge, not the charge. The total charge remains the same.
Yes, sir.
So what?
Before and after.
Yeah, that's correct. So initially, when the capacitor C1 is connected to a potential difference V, what will happen to it? It will acquire a charge Q whose value is given as C1V. Correct? There is another uncharged capacitor whose charge initially is 0. When I connect these two devices together, what will happen? Here the potential difference is V1. Here the potential difference, if I call it as V2. Charge will flow from higher to lower potential till what time?
Equilibrium is obtained. Both the potentials are equal. Both
Very
the potentials are equal.
Correct. Very good. So that common potential V dash, can I call it as total charge divided by total potential? Guys, everyone, are you able to understand? So what is the total charge of the system? The charge is conserved. C1V plus 0 divided by total potential is V1 plus V2. Initially, what is V1? Sorry, what did I write? By total potential. Total charge divided by total capacitance. Because Q is equal to CV. Q is equal to CV. V will be equal to Q by C. So it will be total, how much? Capacitance. So how much should I write?
C1 plus C2.
C1 plus C2.
I should write C1 plus C2. This is V dash. Right. What are they? I think this is what they are asking, right? I think the answer is C, direct down. Yeah, ninth one, answer is C. Correct? How many of you got it right? No one?
Sir, can you explain the sum again?
Sir, final potential difference mean what?
Final, na? The common potential.
That's what I couldn't understand.
Okay, I'll explain it in detail. Okay. So this concept is not clear for you guys. See, there is a concept. Please take down notes. Okay. There is a concept called as redistribution of charge. Okay. So if there is a material of charge Q1, okay, and if there is another material of charge Q2, if they both are connected with the help of a wire, then let's say the potential here is V1, potential here is V2, capacitance is C1. Let me call the capacitance here as C2. Okay. All these are under initial conditions. Am I clear? Under initial condition, this is the scenario. Am I clear?
Yes.
Now what will happen if you take these two? See, capacitors are basically nothing but conductors, right? Conductors with the presence of insulators between them to store charge. Correct? So if you connect these two conductors together with the help of a wire, what do you think will happen? Charge flows from, so what will be the block diagram? Charge flows from higher to lower potential. Correct? And when will the process stop? Process stops when both the conductors attain what? A common potential.
Equal potential.
Common or equal, both mean the same. Like how temperature flows from higher to lower body till the thermal equilibrium is attained. Here we can say till the common potential. This common potential can also be called as final potential. Sariyana? Right. So, initial charge is how much? Initial charge of the system is Q1 V1 plus Q2 V2. Sorry, C1 V1 plus C2 V2. Accepted?
Yes.
Where V1 and V2 are the initial, initial potentials. Now, the charge, let me call it as Q1 dash and Q2 dash. Now, when is it going to stop? When they both have the same potential, but still their capacitance is going to be C1 and C2. Accepted? Correct? Now,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Q1 dash plus Q2 dash is going to be the final charge of the system. Final charge of the system. But what is Q1 dash? It is C1V plus C2V. Okay. Can I say that C1V plus C2V is equal to C1V1 plus C2V2? What is C1V1 plus C2V2? That is the total initial total charge. Final total charge is C1V plus C2V. So if I take out V common, V will be equal to C1V1 plus C2V2 divided by C1 plus C2. Can someone tell me what is the step I followed here? What is the name of this? Technical name of this? Let me see how many of you understood. What is the technical name of what I did? I equated the initial and the final total charges of the system. They are isolated charges.
Conservation of charge.
So we applied the concept of conservation of charge. Here I'm applying conservation of charge because I'm assuming that the charge is not lost to the surroundings. Guys, did I answer your question? Now this problem is V is equal to, initially the capacitor 1 has a potential difference of V1 plus the capacitor 2 has the potential difference of V2. Adana question is connected in parallel to an uncharged capacitor of capacitance C2. Uncharged means it is not applied to any potential difference, divided by the total capacitance C1 plus C2. It's a one-step question. How many of you got it right yesterday? No one? Okay, no issue. But I hope now the concept is clear, right? Who asked
Yes,
this
sir.
concept? Right? So please make a note. The name of the concept is redistribution of charges. Okay, please write it down. Shall I move on?
Yes, sir.
10th one. The potential at a point due to a positive charge is a very simple question. Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R. 9 into 10 power 9 into 100 into 10 power minus 6 divided by 9. 9 and 9 will get cancelled. 100 into 10 power 3 is the answer. 100 into 10 power 3, it is 10 power 5. This is the answer. Okay. 11th.
Yes, sir.
There is a conducting sphere . Listen. So there is a conducting sphere of what? Conducting sphere of radius r carrying a charge q lies inside another uncharged conducting shell of radius 2r. If they are joined by a metal wire, the amount of heat that will be produced. Who did it? I know this is a slightly tricky problem. Okay. But I wanted to explain this concept. That's the reason I asked this question. Who could solve this? Anybody? No one? Listen. Please write down this concept. Capacitance of a spherical capacitor. See, this is not given in your portions part, but sometimes I've seen a question from this kind of a conductor. So it's better to know. Okay. So when you take a capacitor, if you give charge to it, right? What is the basic formula of capacitance? Capacitance is Q divided by VR. So Q divided by, what is the potential of a charged spherical shell? It is Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R. So Q and Q will get cancelled. So C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught R. This is the formula for capacitance of parallel plate capacitor.
Sir, this is only for spherical capacitor, right?
Yeah, it is only for a spherical capacitor.
Sir, you wrote parallel plate.
No, here I wrote. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Capacitance of a spherical capacitor. Okay. Now, what will happen is, see, whenever you see these kind of, I'll repeat it again, don't get scared. These kind of questions are very rare, but my intention is I want you to learn it. Wherever you see the word amount of heat, right? Heat is always related to energy, right? So what will happen? There is a conducting sphere of radius r and q, which is lying inside another uncharged conducting spherical shell of radius 2r. If they both are joined by a wire, so the one which is 2r is uncharged. The one which is r is charged with a potential q. Correct? So what is the initial energy of the system? So where will the energy flow from? The one which is charged to the one which is uncharged. So what is the initial energy of the spherical capacitor? It is Q square divided by 2C1. What is the final energy? It is Q square divided by 2C2. Okay. So the difference in energy of these two capacitors is going to give you the answer. Correct? So it is going to be Q square divided by 2 into, tell me what is the value of C1, guys? 4 pi epsilon naught
R.
Capital R.
Capital R.
minus Q square divided by 2 into 4 pi epsilon naught.
Not
2R.
2R.
Subtracted, that will give you the answer. I'm sorry. Subtracted, that will give you the answer. That's it. That will be the amount of heat required. I would rather say there's a higher order thinking skill question. Okay.
Sir, we are finding the work done, right? Like V final minus V initial.
Basically, you're calculating the difference in energy. You're calculating the difference in potential energy. That's it.
Sir, what is the answer, sir?
Answer, I don't know. So Q square divided by 8 pi epsilon naught R will be common. 1 minus half, 1 by 2. Is there 1 by 16 something? This B. B is the answer. Okay. Shall I move on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
12th one. So I hope 12th one, most of you would have done it. So there is a parallel plate capacitor which has capacitance C. If it is equally filled with parallel layers of materials of dielectric constant kappa 1 and kappa 2, its capacity becomes C1. The ratio of C1 is to C is how much?
Sir, option B.
Option B, kappa 1, kappa 2. Do you think that is the answer?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How did you write? So can you tell me how you
parallel plate capacitor, it's C1 plus C2, sir. So
1 minute. They are connected like this. Is this what you're trying to say? You're saying this is kappa 1, this is kappa 2, this is of dielectric 1,
yes.
and this is dielectric. Is this what you're trying to see? Read the question carefully. It is equally filled with parallel layers of materials of dielectric constant, kappa 1 and kappa 2. Correct?
Sir, I used the formula C equals epsilon naught A divided by T1 by K1 plus T2 by K2, that part. Since it is equally divided, I thought it will be half of the distance, each one, D by 2. And then when
Correct.
I did, I got that.
That is right. But my question is, I know this is the place you will get confused. These parallel layers actually mean they are connected in series. Correct? How are they connected? They are actually connected in series. Right? So if I say the capacitance of this is Cx and the capacitance of this is Cy, can I say Cx is equal to epsilon naught A because the area of cross section is still the same divided by the distance? And what is Cy? Epsilon naught A divided by D by 2. See, I want to stress on this point. Is there anyone having how to find whether the dielectrics are in series or parallel? If you take an intermediate layer, right, the potential of this is V1, the potential of this is V2. So when the potential is getting divided, then what can you say? They both are in series. What happens in parallel? Parallel, the capacitance will be the potential will be the same, correct? So if these two are connected in series, what will be the value of 1 by C equivalent? 1 by C equivalent will be 1 by Cx plus 1 by Cy. So 1 by Cx plus 1 by Cy is going to give you what? 1 by epsilon naught A divided by D by 2 plus 1 by epsilon naught A divided by D by 2. But I missed something. Can someone correct my expression?
Okay.
Kappa 1 and kappa 2. So I will have, what is epsilon naught A divided by D? That is the initial capacitance. So can I write this as 2 by kappa 1 times C plus 2 divided by kappa 2 times C? So this will be the value of 1 by C1 because I told equivalent capacitance is C1. So 1 by C1 is equal to, if I take LCM, what will I get? 2 divided by C into kappa 1 plus kappa 2 divided by kappa 1 kappa 2. Did I miss the 2 somewhere? One minute. I made a mistake again. So the 2 will not go here actually. The 2 will come here. Because 1 is the numerator, 1 divided by 1 divided by C divided by D. So this has a by 2, this by 2 will come here. And this will get multiplied. Yes, the 2 is going to be in the denominator. So 1 by C into kappa 1 plus kappa 2 by this. Now what did they ask? C1 by C is what they asked. Rearrange the equation. 2 times kappa 1 kappa 2 divided by kappa 1 plus kappa 2. Okay. If you have not
Yes,
done
sir.
it right, please make a note of it. All these are concepts that you are learning. Okay. Right? Shall I move on? Next one, I think it is easy.
Sir, once
If that,
again, sir, can I show that?
yeah, please write it down. Let me know once you're done.
Sir, so the formula that I told, we shouldn't use that, or indirectly we are doing the same?
You should not use
That-
them because you took them to be in parallel. You added them blindly, right? You added them just like that. Correct?
Yes, sir.
No, you should not add them because they are not in parallel. Okay.
Okay, sir. Parallel means then K1 will be above and then below, like that, no, sir?
It is like this. It will be like this. This is what is called as parallel. Because
Okay.
see, I know this will confuse you. They told parallel layers, they didn't say they're connected in parallel. Okay, this is also actually parallel only. The layers are parallel, but they are connected in such a way that the potential difference across the first dielectric and the second dielectric are the same. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So if the distance between the plates of a parallel plate capacitor is half, then the dielectric constant is doubled, then its capacity will be.
Increases by 4 times, sir.
Yes. So C dash is equal to epsilon naught A times divided by 2 times kappa. So 2 times kappa into epsilon naught A divided by D. Distance is halved. So D by 2. Oh, distance is already halved, right? And the capacitance is multiplied with 4. So it will become 4 times. Just a minute. The charge on my pencil is over. Just a minute. Yeah. So which of the following is not true? 14th one. For a point charge, the electrostatic potential varies inversely with respect to R. Correct? That's right. The electric dipole
Yes, sir.
varies as 1 by R at large distance. Correct?
Right.
No, sir.
This is wrong because it varies as 1 by R.
Where? Cube.
It becomes R cube. That's right. 15th one. The diagrams below shows region of equipotentials. A positive charge is moved from point A to B in each diagram. Maximum work is required to move Q in which figure?
Sir, it will be equal in all because the potential final and initial are same, no?
That's right. So you're talking about work Q into V final minus V initial. If the potential difference is the same, then it is going to be same in all the cases. So option B is the right. 16th. 4 capacitors are connected in the circuit as shown in the figure. The effective capacitance between the points P and Q will be. What is the answer? So what is going to be the effective capacitance?
Five, sir.
How did you get? No, 5 is right, but how did he get? How to do, guys?
Sir, 12 and 2 microfarad are parallel. So
Okay. This will give how much?
14 microfarad.
Okay.
And
14 and 2 are in?
14 and 2 are in series.
How will it become? So you're trying to solve the problem like this.
Sir, we can't take it as parallel, right? Because final and initial potentials should be same, right? For parallel.
How? No, that is not the case, right? Here, what is happening? If you connect a battery here, okay, if you connect a battery like this, then what will happen? You guys know what is Kirchhoff's law, right? I'm just writing for the sake of understanding. Here it is going to be I1. And here, what is going to be the current? It is not going to flow at all because there is no capacitive device. So I1 will go here and it will get split here, I2 and I1 minus I2. So what is going to happen? The current will flow in this part and the current I2 is going to come here. I1 minus I2 will go here. Then I1 will flow back. Can I say something like this? So based on this, you guys tell me which one is in series and which one is in parallel.
Sir, we are only having
Parallel.
having capacitance. So how can we apply Kirchhoff's law, sir?
You can still apply it, but only thing is, we know that I told it for the sake of reference. I wrote. Kirchhoff's law is still applicable in this case also.
Sir, it's only applicable for EMF and current only.
1 minute. No. Kirchhoff's current law, where is EMF involved? I'm trying to say whether you, whatever is the source of passive element you have here. You know what is the passive element? I didn't say this is right. Please understand. I didn't say this is right. I wrote this KCL concept only to understand whether the current is getting divided or not, because somebody asked me a question about the potential. You're able to understand. So if at a junction, if the current is getting divided, then they are said to be in parallel. That is the reason I drew this. Imagine the capacitor is replaced with resistor, because conceptually, yes, it is wrong. But I drew it only for you to understand what is happening at the junction and to decide which one is parallel and which one is series. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Right. So if the current is getting divided, then they are said to be in parallel. That is what I'm trying to say.
So the two are in parallel, sir.
So 12 and 2 are in parallel. That I know, sir. But what about 2 and 2, sir? 12.
That's what you have to decide. So it will go to, this is going to be I2, this is I1 minus I2. I2 will flow here, then the same current. Okay. So only thing is, I'll tell you how to redraw this circuit. Listen. Okay, listen to this carefully. If this point is P, if I take this as A and this as B, C, D, E, and F. Okay. Now tell me one thing. The point B and D, how are they connected? They are connected with the help of a wire, and there is no element in between them except it.
Yes,
Sir.
So when they are not having any element, then you can say the potential of point B and point D are the same.
Yes, sir.
Right. So point A and point B are also at the same potential because they are also connected with the help of a wire. Right. So what I will do is I take the point A here. Okay. I take the point C here, D here. From A, there is a capacitor going like this. And here, there is a capacitor like this. Listen. So A, comma D. Try to understand. See, this is what we are going to do to solve problems in resistors also. A, comma, did you understand what is the meaning of A, comma D?
Yes, sir. Same potential.
Same potential. I would have taught this already. So from A, yeah. So if I take this point as C, from A to C, there is a capacitor going, correct? Which is of 2 microfarad. A to C, there is a 2 microfarad going. Similarly, from D to C, what is happening? There is a 2 microfarad going. Now tell me, how are they connected?
Parallel.
Then,
Parallel.
now you understood? So from C to E, there is a 12 microfarad capacitor. And from D to F, there is another 2 microfarad capacitor. Now, can you guys solve this problem?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me what I'm supposed to do. This 2 and 2 are in parallel, so it will become 4.
4.
This 4 and 12 are in series. What will happen? 12 into 4 divided by 12 plus 4. How much is the answer? 48 divided by 16. It is going to be 3. That 3 and 2, they are in parallel. 3 plus 2?
5.
5.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, this is another way of solving. The current method which I told you, you can still apply it, but had it been a subjective exam and if you write it, then it is wrong because we know the fact that capacitors will block. From the 7th chapter, we know the fact that capacitors will block. They will not allow the direct current to flow through it. I told that method, I reiterate, I told that method only to understand whether the current is getting divided at a junction or not. Okay. 17th. In which of the states shown in the figure, the potential energy of the electric dipole is maximum? So U is equal to minus PE cos theta. When will the potential energy be maximum? When it isn't stable? unstable. When it is an
Unstable.
unstable equilibrium. Unstable equilibrium, what should be the value of theta?
180.
180 degrees, sir.
Angle between which and which should be 180?
Sir, the electric field and the dipole moment, sir.
So what is the answer?
C, sir.
Correct. 18th. The plates in a parallel plate capacitor are separated by distance d. Tell me.
Sir, what is the difference between C and B, sir?
Okay. The plates in a parallel plate capacitor are separated by distance d with the air as the medium between the plates. In order to increase the capacity by 66%, a dielectric slab of dielectric constant 5 is introduced between the plates. What should be the thickness? There is a formula for this. Epsilon naught A divided by D minus T plus T by kappa. How many of you know this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You know, right? So what should be the new capacitance? So is it increased in order to increase the capacity by 66%? Right? In order to increase the capacity by 66% means what is the value of C dash?
(66/100).
Is it 66? Increased by. So initially, if the capacitance is C, what will be the final capacitance?
C plus 66/100.
It will be C plus 66 by 100. So C dash will be equal to C plus 66 by 100 times C. Correct?
Yes,
So
sir.
that will be 166 divided by 100 times C. But what is C? Epsilon naught A divided by D. This epsilon naught A divided by D minus T plus T by kappa. Epsilon naught A will get cancelled. 100D will be equal to 166 into D minus T plus T by kappa. Correct? So D is given.
Yes, sir.
Okay, your answer should be in terms of D. So 100D is equal to 166D minus thickness is what you need to find, right? 160 plus 166 times T divided by kappa is 5. Rearrange the equation. Bring all the T terms to the left-hand side. What will you get? So 66D will be equal to 166 into 5 minus 1 by 5 times T. So 66, sorry. What is the answer, no? 66D is equal to, how many of you got this right? 4 by 5 times T. 4 will not go. 166, is there a possibility for it to get cancelled? I don't think so, right? So what is going to be the answer? What is the thickness of the dielectric? Are you getting an exact value or an approximate value? So T will be equal to 66D divided by 166 into 4. So that will be 33 divided by 2. Into 5 is there. So it will be 165 divided by 166 into 2 times D. Correct, Ada? So they can be approximated to 1. Answer should be closer to D by 2. This is the answer. But keeping the answer aside, since it's an approximated one, did you guys understand the concept? That is more important for me. Is there anyone having doubt with the concept?
Yes, sir.
Good. Next, 19th. 3 capacitors, 2, 3, and 6 are connected in series to a 10 volt source. A charge on the 3 microfarad capacitors.
Sir, option B, sir. Sir,
How
option
to
B,
do
sir.
this?
Because current is always constant in series, and
The
in
current
each
is
case,
each charge. 1 minute.
it's a
Current
charge,
is
sir,
charge.
and each capacitor will have the same charge, sir.
Okay, so what is the answer?
B, sir. I got B.
Okay, so you have to write Q is equal to C equivalent into VDA. C equivalent 11 into, oh no, they're in series. So when they're in series, what is the equivalent capacitance you guys are getting?
1, sir.
Correct? So 1 into potential is 10. So 10 is the total charge. The same is going to be the charge on each capacitor. Answer B. Mithun, you told B only, right?
Yes, sir. B only I told, sir.
Okay. Next, 20th. Using mass M, L, and T and current A as fundamental quantities, the dimensions of the permittivity is how much?
D.
D, sir.
How? D, D or B?
D. D, sir.
Last one, no? Fourth option.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That is right. So I hope everybody knows how to derive it, right? So first of all, what is the SI unit? Coulomb square per
8 Coulomb square plus per Newton per meter square.
it is just a reciprocal. Coulomb square divided by Newton meter square. So take that and substitute it here. Okay. 21. There is a hollow conducting sphere which is given a positive charge 10 microcoulomb. What will be the electric field at the center of the sphere if it is of radius 2 meters? You need not even solve. What is the answer?
0.
0.
22nd. An electric dipole placed in non-uniform electric field experiences.
Sir, both
also-
torque and net force, sir.
Both torque and net force.
Option A.
So option A, correct. 23. Two infinitely long conducting plates having surface charge density of plus sigma and minus sigma respectively are separated by some small distance. The medium between the plates is a vacuum and epsilon naught is the dielectric permittivity of vacuum. Then the electric field in the region of the plate is given by. Very simple.
Option D, sir. Sigma by epsilon naught.
Correct. Because sigma by 2 epsilon naught by positive charge minus of minus sigma by 2 epsilon naught by the negative charge. So both will get added. Sigma by epsilon naught is the answer. 24th. See, this is the same, by the way, this is the same concept used in something else also. The derivation of capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor. Correct? So two small spheres A and B have charges 10 microcoulomb and 40 microcoulomb respectively and are held at a separation of 90 centimeters from each other. At what distance from A the electric intensity would be 0? So what is the answer? How many of you did this?
Sir, I got C, I think.
How much did you get? C? 18.
Yes, sir.
Both are of positive nature, 10 microcoulomb and 40 microcoulomb.
30 centimeters.
Sir, is it A, sir?
I think it is 8. At what distance from A, the electric intensity would be 0? So this is the direction of electric field due to positive charge. This is the direction. So if I take this distance to be D, then what should happen? 10 divided by R square, that is D square, should be equal to 40 divided by 90 minus D the whole square. Cancel it. So 4D square is equal to 90 minus D the whole square. That is 8100 plus D square minus 160D. This is 4D square. So 3D square minus 1 plus 160D minus 8100 is equal to 0. So I think we need not do this much also. Since the distance is going to be positive, I can say D is equal to plus or minus 90 minus D. Did I make any mistake? 2D is equal to plus or minus D. So 3D will be equal to 90, D will be equal to 30. We can do this 30 centimeter. Yeah. 25th. 3 concentric metallic spherical shells of radii R, 2R and 3R are given charges Q1, Q2, Q3 respectively. It is found that the surface charge densities on the outer surface of the shells are equal, then the ratio of the charges given to the shells are. Answer.
A, sir.
How did you get? Sigma 1
I
is
got
to
A.
sigma 2. Okay. Sigma 1 is Q1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught square, 4 pi epsilon naught R. Sorry. Q divided by 4 pi R square is to Q2 divided by 4 pi 4R square is to Q3 divided by 4 pi into 9R square. Correct? 4 pi will get cancelled. Q1 is to Q2 is to Q3 is equal to R is to 4 is to 1 is to 4 is to 9. Correct. 26. An electric dipole is placed at an angle 30 degrees with an electric field. It experiences a torque of 4 Newton meter. The charge on the dipole, if the dipole is of length 2 centimeter. What is the formula? Torque is equal to PE sin theta. So torque is 4. P is how much? 2Q into, or I can write it as Q into the distance of separation, that is going to be 2 into 10 power minus 2 into electric field is 2 into 10 power 5. Sin theta is half and half are gone. What is the answer? 2 and 2 are gone. So Q will be equal to 10 power 2 into 10 power minus 3. That is 2 millicoulomb. How many of you got this?
I
Yes,
got it,
sir.
sir.
Got
I got it.
Good. Found its surface distance out of the okay. 27. There is a system that has two charges Q and QB. It is a equal and opposite charges, and they are separated by a distance of 30 centimeter. What is the total charge and electric dipole moment of the system? What is the total charge? Obviously
0.
0. What is the potential? Sorry, electric dipole moment. P is
Sir, I
equal
got C,
to
sir. 2AQ.
2.5 into 30 data. So it should be 7.5 into 10 power minus 8. Is this what you got?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Correct.
sir.
Yes, sir.
28. So 28 is a textbook problem. Problem number 12 or 13, I don't remember, but it's a textbook problem.
So is the answer C, sir?
28
Yes,
is
sir,
correct.
even I got
1
Yes,
point.
sir. I also got C, sir.
Yeah, it's a very
Okay,
simple
sir.
problem, right? F is equal to, you'll apply the basic formula, right? I hope everybody got this. 29. What is the net charge on a conducting sphere of radius 10 centimeter? Given that the electric field 15 centimeter from the center of the sphere equals 3 into 10 power 3 Newton per coulomb, and it is directed inward. So what does this tell us?
Inward means negative,
Negative.
sir.
Negative, sir.
Negative. Yes, only negative charges have the tendency to receive the electric field lines, correct? What is the answer?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
3 into 10 power 3 is equal to 9 into 10 power 9 into 9 into 10 power 9 into charge is Q divided by R square. R square is 10 into 10 power minus 2 the whole square. So they have asked net charge only, right? 29, correct. A is the answer. If you solve this, you will get that. But 1 minute wait. From the same, given that the electric field 15 centimeter. 15, this will be 25.
How 25, sir? 15 centimeter from the center means we
From
have
the
the radius.
center, then 15 and 225.
Sir, yes, sir. 15 centimeter only. Yes, sir. Correct.
Then 225 into 10 power minus 4. 15 square, no. Electric field only, they told.
Yes, sir.
225 into 10 power minus 4. So it should be this thing. So there is a point charge 2 microcoulomb, which is the center of a cubic Gaussian surface, 9 centimeter on Earth. What is the net electric flux through the surface? Very simple. 8.85 into 2. 1.7 should be the answer.
Sir, but I got C, sir.
Q divided by epsilon naught. Sorry.
Sir.
Sure.
Yes, I also got C, sir.
C should be the right answer. I told the total flux. So Q divided by epsilon naught, 2 into 10 power minus 6 divided by epsilon naught is 8.85 into 10 power minus 12. So 2 divided by 8.85. How much are you getting there? So what is the problem number? 30 here. 30
I got
C
answer C, sir.
Correct. 31. Conducting sphere of radius 10 centimeter has an unknown charge. If the electric field 20 centimeters from the center of the sphere is this and points radially inward, what is the net charge on the sphere? It is something similar to 29th, right? What is the answer?
D, sir. Minus
D,
6.27
sir.
nanocoulomb.
How much is it?
D, sir. Option D, last option, sir.
Minus
So that is the
6.2.
only option with minus. So
Sir,
Yes,
but in solving, I got A, the value.
Value is coming out as A, yeah?
Yes, sir, 6.6.
Yes, sir.
But
So,
logically, I think logically this should have been minus 6.67. Okay, anyways, since there is a negative sign, option D should be the right answer because radially inward. No? Yeah, that should be the right answer. So 32nd, how to solve this? There is a charged oil drop which is suspended in uniform electric field so that neither falls nor raises. The charge on the drop will be how much? So its weight is balanced by the electrostatic force Q into E. So Q is what we need to find. Electric field is 3 into 10 power 4 is equal to mass of the object is 9.9 into 10 power minus 15 into G is 10. So it should be 3.3 into 10 power minus 18. How many of you got this? No one?
Yes, sir. Got it.
3.3 into 10 power minus 18. 33rd. A uniform charge conducting sphere of radius 2.4 meter diameter has surface charge density of 80 microcoulomb per meter square. Find the charge on the sphere. It's very simple. They have given you sigma. So sigma is equal to Q divided by 4 pi r square. It's a spherical shell. So Q is equal to sigma into 4 pi into r square. Multiply it, you will get the answer. R is 1.2. What is the answer, guys?
Sir, I
Sir,
got
I
C,
think it's
sir.
P.
1.45 into.
Correct. 34. 34 is also an NCERT problem. Careful measurements of the electric field at the surface of the black box indicates that the net outward flux through the surface of the box is 8 into 10 power 3 Newton meter square per coulomb. What is the net charge inside the box? Same logic. Net charge is equal to flux into epsilon naught. What is the flux given? 8 into 10 power 3 into epsilon naught is 8.85 into 10 power minus 12. So 8 into 8.85 will give you 6 point something. So this should be the answer.
Sir, but I got option D, sir.
Option D.
Even
Yeah?
I got option D.
Even I got the
Because
same.
8, option D is right because 8.5 into 8 will be greater than D. I mean, greater than 6.5 something. So 0.07 will be the right answer. Correct. 35. So 4 electric charges plus Q minus Q minus Q are placed at the corners of the square of side 12. 0. The electric potential at point P midway between the charges plus Q and plus Q. Inkeda, how will it be 0?
Sir, I got option D.
0 will happen when it is at the diagonal midpoint. Be careful, okay?
Okay.
Sir, but
Okay.
this point only has the influence of. Okay, sir.
Distance vary already.
Okay.
Distance will change now. You're able to understand? Can you guys do it fast? I'm just putting my pencil on charge. Just do it fast now. What is the option, ma? Somebody told D.
Yes, sir. D.
D is correct. Okay. So how to do this? Due to this plus charge, how much is it going to be? Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into L. Do this one, Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into L. Plus, due to the negative charge, how much will it be? Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into, what is this distance? It's a minus Q, by the way. So this is L, this is 2L. Then how much will this be? This will be root 5L.
Yes, sir.
And due to this also, it will be minus Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into root 5L. So this will be 2 times Q divided by, so 2Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught will be common in everything. 1 by L minus 1 by root 5L. You take the L outside, 2Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught L into 1 minus 1 by root 5. Correct? Everybody. It's a good problem.
Sir, in this case, if it was in the center, it will be 0 only because the magnitude of that charges are plus and minus, no, sir? Because
Exactly.
not
And
because of direction, because it's scalar.
Yeah, correct. Because it's a this thing.
Okay.
But if the same question is about electric field, Abhina, maybe the answer would have not been 0. And I'm talking about the diagonal, the point where the diagonals are meeting.
Yes.
Okay? I hope you understood. So 36. Those who solved the previous assignment which I gave, you will be able to solve. But others,
Sir, option D.
how to do this?
We have to partially differentiate.
Correct. There is something called as partial differentiation. Those who don't know, listen to this carefully. So electric field is equal to minus dV by dr, correct? So this can be written as minus dou v divided by dou x minus dou v divided by dou y minus dou v divided by dou z, where this dou is used for partial differentiation. So partial differentiation, what are we supposed to do?
Other than the variable, we have to keep everything constant.
Yeah. So can you please read out the question? Minus x square y. Did I have a paper? Minus x square y minus xz cube plus 4. Dou v by dou x. Now what are we supposed to do? X square is a variable, y is a constant. Minus. So minus dou v by dou x. Now minus of minus 2x into y minus z cube. Correct? This will give us 2xy plus z cube. Minus dou v by dou y another. Minus of minus x square, that will give you plus x square. What is minus dou v by dou z? Minus of minus 3z square. That will be 3z square. So what will be the answer? 2xyz cube I cap plus x square j cap plus 3z square k cap. Is there an option? What is the option? 2xy plus z cube. Irka. 2xy plus z cube plus x square plus 3x. X I forgot. Option D. Correct. 37th. There is a capacitor of 20 microfarad which is charged to a potential difference of 500 volt and is connected to another capacitor of 10 common potential. Can you guys do it now? C1V plus C2V divided by C1 plus C2. What is the answer? So what is C1V now? 20 into 10 power minus 6 into V is 500 plus C2V is 10 into 10 power minus 6 into 200, the whole divided by 30 into 10 power minus 6. So 10 power minus 6 will get cancelled throughout. 10,000. Sorry, 10,000.
Answer B, sir.
10,000 plus
400.
400 or that. 12,000 divided by 30 be 400. So 400. Correct. 38. What is the answer? 2 condensers. See, condenser is another name for capacitor. I hope everybody knows this. So 2 condenser, one of capacity C and the other of capacity C by 2 are connected to a V-volt battery. The work done in charging both the condensers fully is how much?
Sir, I got C, sir. Option C.
Option C, sir.
So how did you do?
Sir, because total capacitance are 3C by 2, sir. So work done is half CV square.
Okay.
So 3C by 2 into 1 by 2 CV square. So 3C by 4.
Half into 3 CV square divided by 2. Divided by how much are you getting? 2.
2.
So 3 by 4 CV square. Correct. 39. 2 charges minus 10 and plus 10 are 10 centimeter apart. Potential in the center of the line joining the 2 centers will be. Without even solving. Answer. You need not solve.
B,
Zero.
sir.
0.
This is 0 because, yeah.
0, sir.
40th. When a dielectric material is introduced between the plates of a charged condenser, then the electric field between the plates.
Decreases.
So E is equal to minus dV by dr. What does the minus sign indicate?
electric field is in opposite direction.
Opposite to whom? See, E vector, you don't write dV vector, no. When you write vector on the other side, then you should use the word opposite sign. Okay, please correct it. Next time onwards, don't use it. The minus sign here indicates that the electric field is in the direction of decreasing potential. Preda. When it, oh, sorry. I told something else. So when the dielectric is introduced, what will happen? It will decrease by what factor?
K, sir.
Yes, it will be E naught by kappa. Correct? It will decrease by a factor of what is K? Dielectric constant. Correct? So electric field inside the given capacitor with dielectric is E, and the dielectric constant of the material is kappa. Find the charge density sigma on the plates. So how to do this? Electric field inside the given capacitor with the electric is E. Okay. So how much is it? 6 into 10 power 5 is equal to, can I write it as, so what is the electric field between the plates of a capacitor when dielectric is not there?
Sigma by epsilon naught.
Correct. Sigma by epsilon naught. But when the dielectric is there, just now we discussed that it decrease by a factor of kappa. Correct. So sigma will be equal to 6 into 10 power 5 into kappa is how much? That's what.
6.
That's what we need to find. No. Kappa is given. 1 minute. So kappa is 6. Correct. 6 into 10 power 5 into 6 into what is the value of epsilon naught? 8.85 into 10 power minus 12. So multiply everything, that will give you the answer. What is the option?
B, sir.
B, sir.
3 points. Correct. It's 42. Capacity of a parallel plate condenser is 10 microfarad when the distance between the plates is 8 centimeters. If the distance between the plates is reduced to 4 centimeters, its capacity will become. So distance between the plates decreases, capacitance will increase.
20, sir.
It will be 20.
Sir.
Yes. 43. In a series combination of capacitor, potential drop across the individual capacitors is how much?
Option A,
A,
sir.
sir.
Option A, sir.
Inverse ratio of charge.
Inverse
sir.
ratio of charges, sir. How did you prove this?
Yes, sir, because series means 1 by C, sir. We can write C, Q is equal to CV, sir. Then C, we can write it as Q by V, sir. So 1 by Q by V means we can get V by Q, no, sir. Then charges will be, then the inverse ratio of charge only, no, sir.
Series combination of potential drop across the individual capacitors. V is equal to Q by C. Why didn't you think about this? V is inversely proportional to C. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
That's
sir.
it. So the answer is inversely proportional to capacitors, not the charges.
Sir, but they are series only. How can
Listen to this carefully. In series combination or whatever combination you generally talk about, when you increase the potential difference here, what will happen to the amount of charge that is getting deposited? You keep increasing the input, what will happen to the charge getting deposited? Will it decrease or increase? Logically think at it. Whether it is series
Increase,
or parallel.
sir. Increase.
So what should be the answer? It should be in the inverse ratio of the capacitors. Capacitance. Actually, it should be in the inverse ratio of capacitance, not capacitors. 44. Okay. If potential in region is expressed as this thing, the electric field is this. Also, you can do it now. Partial
Option
differentiation.
C.
C, Amma. Correct.
Yes,
C is right. Correct. 45. Coulomb force and gravitational force follow the inverse square law. True. Both laws are same in all aspects. Correct?
No, sir. False, sir.
False, sir.
False. Because gravitational law is only attractive, whereas Coulomb's law is both attractive and repulsive. So A is true, but R is false. In a
Sir,
cavity
or
within a
else both
conductor,
are different, no, sir. Like this is for current, that is for gravity. That is also reason. Or
that is also
it is
you can see. Yeah, that also you can see. They are for masses. Here it is for charge. There are multiple differences, right? Yeah, they are not exactly the same. So in a cavity within a conductor, the electric field is zero. Correct?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What is this called as?
Sir.
Electrostatic shielding.
Shielding.
Yes, we call it as electrostatic shielding. More technically, they refer to it as Faraday's cage. I'm not sure if you have heard this word. Okay, just I want to tell this point alone. See, suppose you stand in a lift, okay, and you try to speak over a phone. What happens? Most of the times you will see that the signal is cut down, right? Did you ever experience? You guys go in a lift, you try to talk over phone. Did you ever face a difficulty that the signals are weak? At least tell an yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Right, you would have experienced it. That is actually an application of this Faraday's cage only. It is acting like a cavity because the lift is made of the metal, right? It is made up of the metallic material. So it's creating the shielding. So charges in a conductor reside only on its surface. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
True. So both are true. Now you should be very careful between the option A and B. What is the right answer?
Yes, sir.
Correct. (47) Increasing the charge on the plates of a capacitor means increasing the capacitance. Correct?
Option D, sir.
False.
The point correct.
Capacitance is a constant, sir.
Yes, because you can't change. See, for example, you have a water bottle. You can't change the volume of it. If it's a 1 liter bottle, it will be 1 liter only. So capacitance is constant. For a capacitor, Q is equal to CV. Correct? For a capacitor, Q is equal to CV. Till there it is right. But what did they say after that?
False, sir. Q is
Maybe had they given till this statement, yes, A is false, R is true. But another option. But yeah. But what did they say? They told it implies Q is directly proportional to C. So both are wrong. So assertion, electric energy resides outside of the spherical isolated conductor. Is that right? Electrical energy resides outside of the spherical isolated conductor.
Sir, you can say on the conductor, no, sir. Why outside means, is it wrong?
Out of the spherical, on is also out the number. Surface is on the number. Surface is out of only.
Okay,
If you keep this as a barrier, this will be out. That out can be on the surface also, and this will be inner. Correct?
Okay,
Electrical
sir.
energy resides outside the spherical. This is true only. The electric field at any point inside the conductor is zero. That is also true. But are they supporting each other? Yes. So two concentrated charged spherical shells are given. The potential difference between the shell depends on the charge of the inner shell. Correct? See, here the question is about the potential difference. Had the question been about electric field, what will you say? It is going to be zero only, right? If I take a conducting spherical shell, see, first of all, yeah, I'll give marks for this question because I forgot that conducting spherical shells are not there for you. But if someone is preparing for competitive exam, be prepared with these kind of questions, okay? 50th. Two charges plus 5 and plus 10 microcoulomb are placed 20 centimeter apart. The electric field at the midpoint between the two charges is. What is the answer? Two charges plus 5 and plus 10 microcoulomb are placed 20 centimeter apart. The electric field at the midpoint between. Yeah.
B, sir.
D, sir.
One thing I can say is electric field is more dominating due to the plus 10 microcoulomb. So that electric field should be towards the plus 5. Option should be either B or D. And if you calculate, B is the right answer. Okay.
Sir, 49, what is the answer? Which option?
49. No, 49. Actually, both are right, ma. But since the charge conducting spherical shells are not there, I stopped it. I didn't explain that.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I forgot that is removed. So I told for if at all anybody has tried to attempt this question, I'll give marks for this. If not, you will not get. Okay. If somebody has written the answer for this and it has gone wrong, you will get marks. So identical charges minus q are placed at the corners of a cube of side b, then the electrostatic potential energy of charge plus q placed at the center of the cube. So can you calculate the potential at the center of the cube? What is the answer? So what will be the length of half of the diagonal of the cube? It will be root 3b divided by 2. So this is the only thing you need to know. Okay. So how many charges are going to be there? There are 8 charges, right? So potential will be equal to 8 into, listen to this carefully, 8 into minus q into, minus q, 8 into minus q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into, what is the value of b? Distance, it is root 3b by 2. Okay. So this whole thing multiplied with this plus charge will give you the answer. What is the answer? Only root 3 I am able to see is C. And only place where actually we need not have solved this question also, because C is the only option with a negative sign. Okay. So 52nd, what is the answer? Last question.
Option D, sir.
D, sir.
If there is only one type of charge in the universe, then electric field is zero if charge is outside. Correct. What is the nature of the Gaussian surface involved in the? It's a vector.
Vector, sir.
Because for the aerial vector, you're taking a direction, right? Third, a charge 10 microcoulomb is placed at the center of a hemisphere of radius 10 centimeter as shown. The electric flux through the hemisphere in MKS units is MKS here. It can be SI also. So had it been a full sphere, what would have been the electric flux? Had it been a full sphere, it would have been 10 divided by epsilon naught, correct? But since it's a hemisphere, it will be 5 divided by epsilon naught. What is the answer? You will only get an approximate value because epsilon naught is 8.85 something, right? So 5 divided by 8.85 approximated to 9. So 9, it will be somewhere around 0.54 something. So this should be the answer. Okay. The electric flux through a closed surface area S enclosing the charge Q is 5. If the surface area is doubled, then what will happen to the flux? Simplest question, what will happen to the flux?
Doubled.
That is a mistake everybody does.
Sir, option D.
Nothing will happen. Okay, wow. Nothing will happen. Because what does it depend? The flux coming from a surface depends only on the total charge inside. When you're not changing the value of total charge, whether you double it, triple it, or make it infinite times also, flux will be the same. Last question. Gaussian surface enclose a dipole. The electric flux to the surface. Easiest question.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Q enclosed divided by epsilon naught. What is the total charge enclosed by dipole?
0, sir.
Other answer. Right. So I hope you guys could understand. Right. So don't worry about the marks for this test. I hope you guys have corrected your mistakes. Next test onwards. So if these questions come in the future exams, right, ensure you give your best.
Sir,
right?
These are given subdivisions, no, sir. How do we fill this?
How do we
Fill this? How do we fill this? These are given subdivisions, sir.
No. Here I gave it like this. You see the question paper. No? You wrote the test or not, by the way?
Yes, sir. I wrote the test.
Then what? There I gave it a, so this would have been given as 52.
The last question, sir.
Is 53. That will be 56.
Sir, last question is not there, sir. It's only up to 55.
I removed it, I think. Yeah. So 55.
Sir,
I removed it. Yes, sir. Yeah, I removed it.
can you go to the 26th question, sir?
25th, ada?
26.
26. Tell me.
Right, sir. Here, P is equal to Q into 2L. No, sir. You wrote Q into L.
Q into, see, how is dipole moment defined? Charge multiplied with the distance of separation between them. You need to be very careful there. Correct, Anna Solrada? You're able to understand what I'm trying to say, huh? You would have learned it as 1 minute, wait, 5. Charge is over. Just give me a second, okay? So, tell me how do you define dipole moment? Can you define it now? It is defined as the product of magnitude of either of the charges into the distance of separation between them. This 2A can also be called as the dipole length. Like how you study bond length and all those things in chemistry, it's a dipole. Main application angadam. Okay, dipole length means the distance between the two charges. That is 2 centimeter. That is why I didn't multiply it. I hope you're able to understand. Who asked this doubt? May I know the name of the person who asked this doubt?
Clear, sir. Clear. I'm Rahul, sir.
Rahul. I hope you're clear now.
Yes, sir.
That's it. Any other doubts, guys? That's it. Shall we wind up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then. I'll see you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So 1 minute, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, who's this?
Shashank, sir.
Tell me what is the doubt.
Sir, what is electromagnetic damping, sir?
Electromagnetic damping.
Yes, sir. There was a term they introduced in schools.
Who? I introduced or someone? I don't remember using that word.
No, sir. My school introduced the term, sir. I don't know what it is.
Okay. Damping generally means
there was a question that the coil of a moving coil galvanometer is wound after over a metal frame in order to dash